Hey guys, how's it going? I haven't done a review in a while. As you can see, this one's going to be for the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, Inherent Vice, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Josh Brolin, Catherine Waterston, I think it is, Owen Wilson, Benicio del Toro, Reese Witherspoon, among others. It's got a really good cast. And the film, it's based on a novel. I'm not who haven't read the novel or anything. I'm not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan, but I was excited to see this film. Watching the trailer, I thought it looked really funny, and it was going to be like a good sort of crime drama comedy mix between those. I watched the film the other night. It's quite a long film. I think it lasts for 140 odd minutes, so it is a long one. And overall, the plot of the film, it's basically Joaquin Phoenix's character, Larry Dox Botello, is like a PI detective, private investigator, and we find out at the start of the film, that his ex girlfriend has gone missing, played by Catherine Waterston. Really beautiful girl, and pretty good actress as well. This is the first time I've seen her acting, actually, and she done a pretty good job in the film. Along with Joaquin Phoenix, who plays sort of like a wacky, drugged out private investigator detective, who is really good in the role of Doc, his character's name. And it's just basically him trying to figure out how his girlfriend went missing, and he we'll meet all these different characters. There's another detective played by Josh Brolin, Bigfoot, you call him, it's his nickname in the film. He's one of the main characters. There's a lot of conversations between Joaquin Phoenix and him, and Benicio del Toro is kind of like Doc's, kind of like partner, and he's not in the film that much, but when he is in it, he's okay. He's not great. Benicio del Toro's had better roles, and the film, it's kind of hard to follow. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of different characters in it, and there's the trailer makes it out to be funnier than what it is. I mean, most of the funny bits are in the trailer. There's a really, really funny part near the start of the film. It's in the trailer where Joaquin Phoenix is like walking through this like sort of, it's not like a strip, it's kind of like a whorehouse, and he gets hit with like a baseball bat, and it's just a really, really funny scene. And I did laugh at that one. But it's a noir. It's set in the 70s. It is well directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, and the screenplay, it is a good screenplay, but it's very hard to follow. When there's the dialogue, it's really arty-farty, but the film overall, I think it's a bit too long. It runs a bit too long, and there's no real standout scenes in the film. It's just basically a long, scene to scene, just people talking to each other. There's a bit of action in the end, bit of a shootout in the end. But there's not much really to talk about, to be honest with you guys. I mean, Reese Witherspoon's character, she doesn't really have much to do. I mean, it could have been played by, someone a little less known than Reese Witherspoon. I think it was just because it was a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. They got big actors to play small roles. And when I was watching it as well, I actually noticed that there's a porn star in it, Belladonna, which I think she's done a pretty good job. She had like a 5-minute scene with Joaquin Phoenix, and I think she held her own in that scene. And Owen Wilson, I think he plays a character called Coy Harlington. He's Joaquin Phoenix, the film sort of centers on him a lot. Owen Wilson's character, he's sort of got into this like syndicate where he can't get out of. You know, he's got a family. He's got a daughter and a wife who he hasn't seen in ages. And he's gotten into this crime syndicate and he can't get out. You know, and he's disguising himself a lot. And Joaquin Phoenix's character, you know, he's trying to get him out of the syndicate. And, you know, there are other characters in the film. Martin Short, he plays like a dentist in the film. Like, he's in organized crime as well. Martin Short, when he comes in, he is actually pretty funny. He's one of the, you know, sort of standout characters in the film as well. Josh Brolin, he's okay. There is a really funny scene near the end with Josh Brolin involving weed, and I'm not gonna, you know, spoil anything, but it's a really funny scene. And like I said, the girl that disappeared, Joaquin Phoenix's ex-girlfriend, Catherine Waterston, she's really good in the film. There's a scene also near the end with her and Joaquin Phoenix, and her acting's really, really good, and she has to get naked as well for that scene. I'm just trying to think, you know, of other characters in the film. Yeah, with Eric Roberts, his character is kind of like a main character, but we don't really, you know, see him that much. We just hear about him. Mickey Wolfman, you call him. And, you know, there's another story involving a boat as well. You know, I'm not going to give too much away, but, you know, the film is just sort of like a long scene to scene with different conversations with Joaquin Phoenix, you know, trying to find out, you know, what's happened to his ex-girlfriend, and this like cult, this like organized crime thing, like a syndicate. He's trying to figure out who they are, and it's basically a 70s noir sort of wacky comedy as well thrown in there, with a lot of dialogue, you know, not much action, few funny scenes. And I'm not really familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson's work. You know, I've seen There Will Be Blood, I've seen Boogie Nights. Funny, I haven't seen Magnolia, and I haven't seen The Master either, or Punch Drunk Love. But, you know, I was excited to see this one because I watched the trailer and I thought it did look really funny. But overall, you know, I was a little disappointed with Inherent Vice, and, you know, on that note, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, 60%. You know, I did enjoy the performances from Joaquin Phoenix and other characters in the film. I thought it was well directed. I thought the screenplay was good, but it was quite confusing. You know, it was quite hard to understand it. Not a lot of action. A few funny scenes. You know, I thought it was going to be a lot funnier, judging by the trailer. But yeah, overall, it's going to get a 6 out of 10. A wee bit too long. I mean, other folks probably really enjoy the film, and they're probably going to not like me for, you know, giving the film an average score. And there is other people that hate the film. You know, I've been on IMDb message boards and people say it's overlong, it's really boring. It is long, but, you know, it's not that boring. It maybe gets a little bit boring towards the last sort of 20 minutes. But, you know, the characters in it, they are interesting, especially Joaquin Phoenix's, and he gives a really good role. You know, I think he did deserve a Golden Globe nomination. Whether he gets nominated for an Oscar, you know, time will tell. But yeah, Inherent Vice is a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching this review, guys, and you know, hope you enjoyed it. And I should be back with more reviews and unboxings and stuff later in the year. So thanks, guys. Talk later. Bye.